We felt such a project deserved to feature a character who is already familiar to many of you, especially if you've been playing games for a long time.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's the miracle of flight. But I can only maintain it for 5 minutes. After that, your wings will burn up and you'll fall.
The Underworld Army is attacking the town.
We must protect them. Pit, prepare for land battle.
The Pit of Old has a few new moves to show you. Bark like a dog.
Hurry, Pit. The people need your help.
We prepared this video just for our presentation today. But of course, the only true way to appreciate the impact of Kid Icarus in 3D is to see for yourself. And we'll have 3D game trailer for you on the show floor beginning this afternoon. What you'll notice is that when 3D effects are added to gaming, the surprise it can offer is not limited to the characters themselves. In addition, there is a much better sense of the height, width, and the depth in your gaming worlds. And therefore, you have much better ability to navigate them. For example, in Kid Icarus, you can more easily judge the distance between yourself and the floating object. But it's not just the 3D graphics that make Nintendo 3DS unique. Communication can even occur during sleep mode, as Nintendo 3DS periodically searches for Wi-Fi access points or other Nintendo 3DS systems which are also ready to respond. It will then automatically communicate with them without you knowing it. You might remember Nintendox used a somewhat similar function. But in that case, communications were limited because if those owners started playing another game, the communication stopped. Nintendo 3DS works differently. The hardware itself supports automatic communication regardless of what software is being played. Nintendo 3DS can also communicate using the internet through Wi-Fi access point. Owners can navigate valuable information without having to do anything proactively. Even when you are not near a Wi-Fi access point, you may discover that new stages, new quests, ghost data, and the new rankings have already been downloaded. And we will provide this kind of very unique communication service in a way that can be used by anyone regardless of their technical knowledge or their gaming experience. And there is no need to pay a monthly fee. Now, let me conclude today by returning the topic of games. Before Nintendo DS and Wii were launched, the majority of people in our industry cannot believe that these unprecedented ideas from Nintendo would work. So, in those cases, it was our job to build an install base, first by developing and marketing own first-party software. Very fortunately, the situation is different this time. We at Nintendo have launched many hardware systems. But in this case, I feel we will enjoy our biggest launch support ever from third parties. Of course, internally, we are developing several kinds of games. For example, Mr. Miyamoto is working on a 3D version of Nintendogs, and you are going to find it contains some new visitors. You will also discover several other Nintendo titles this week. But I'd like to spend more time introducing Nintendo 3DS software coming from third parties. Behind me, you see a partial list of companies who intend to publish software for Nintendo 3DS. I cannot name them all, but I do want to draw your attention to several of them. Activision and DJ Hero, Level 5, Square Enix, including Kingdom Hearts, THQ, Electronic Arts, including Madden, NFL, Tecmo Koei Games, Capcom and Resident Evil, Warner Brothers Games, Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed, Namco Bandai Games, and Konami with Metal Gear Solid. To all of you developers and publishers, I want you to know that I'm truly grateful for the support you are offering. Thank you very much. And to conclude my section today, I'd like to have some of these developers themselves describe their reaction and their experiences on Nintendo 3DS. Thank you for your attention, and please enjoy the show.
First impression, seeing the screen. Can I use expletives in a Nintendo media briefing?
前情報全くなかったんですよ。とにかく座ってくださいと。でこのスクリーン見てくださいって言って突然 3D になったんで。
Brilliant was my first reaction.
I saw some objects floating in the air and it actually made me want to pick it up, which I thought was really impressive for such a small handheld screen.
この高いスペックっていうかですね、処理能力っていうのに関しては、待ち望んでいましたので、すごい魅力的ですね。
The new 3D screen will definitely have an impact on how we design games.
It gives people a whole new tool set to do all kind of different things.
本当電車の中でメガネをかけなくて遊べるっていうのは強いなって思います。
やっぱりそこにこう奥行きが出たおかげで旗はなびいてないといけないし、
メタルギアソリッドというゲームをですね 3D で携帯するとどうなるかっていうのを今、実験をしてます。ジャングルなんですよね。で手前に物があって奥に物があってその奥にもっていう
レジェンドイーブルのシリーズ、これは、完全オリジナルです。ゲームとしてそこに秘められた謎であったりとかですね、もっともっと探求してみたいっていう部分っていうのがきっと出てくると思うんですね。壁の奥に何があるんだろうとか、このタンスの奥に何があるんだろうみたいなことっていう意識させることが できると思うんですね。
Having all three types of inputs at your disposal, touchscreen, D-pad, and now the analog controller.
It allows us to have more precision in the controls of our character.
Which opens up interesting combinations of gameplay.
So I'm really glad that Nintendo is trying to push their online connectivity. The ability to capture 3D content with the Nintendo 3DS's new camera is pretty awesome.
Nintendo 3DS がゲーム機としてじゃなくて、ツールとしてみんなに使われる可能性を秘めてるすごく重要な機能じゃないかなと思います。
違う進化を多分これから遂げていくんだろうなっていうそういう可能性を感じてます。
What could not be cooler than that? Who would not want to be a part of that in the future?
Thank you, Mr. Iwata, and thanks as well to all of our development partners. When we began this morning, we promised something for everyone, from Zelda to Mario, Kirby to Donkey Kong, Mickey to Dragon Quest, Golden Sun to GoldenEye, and Metroid to Kid Icarus. I hope you found something you're looking forward to. But we also talked about new experiences, and we believe nothing at E3 will deliver on that like Nintendo 3DS. Something you thought you knew perfectly well will now be perfectly transformed. What's added literally is a new dimension. All of you watching this on e3.nintendo.com, please stay connected because we've got more news and additional content coming up momentarily that isn't available anywhere else. I wish we could all transport here to LA this week so that you could get your hands on Nintendo 3DS at our booth. And when you finally experience it, you'll understand. Unfortunately, there is no way to adequately represent the Nintendo 3DS experience on stage. So we decided to try and communicate it a very different way. Let's see how this works.
Yes! Here we go!
Well, that sure felt real to me. But I'm not so sure it did for you, yet. Even with this video, it's still not a perfect answer. In fact, we've spent a lot of time trying to convey the impact of Nintendo 3DS. But in the end, there's nothing like the real thing. So we asked ourselves, could there be a way to do that right now? And the answer is yes. We're going to let all of you here in the Nokia Theater travel to that third dimension right here and right now. And that kind of travel probably calls for a tour guide. So we want to take this opportunity to introduce you to the people who will accompany you, both at the show floor all week and right here in the Nokia Theater today. Here's how it's going to work. Our demonstrators are equipped with Nintendo 3DS devices that will show you how video game characters and video game environments appear in that new dimension. It's 3D right in your hands. So, for the moment, I ask you to please stay seated while they work their way out to you. The test drive on Nintendo 3DS will take place just on the other side of the camera riser behind you. The 3D sensation should be immediate. It requires nothing but the naked eye, no more glasses. And in order to give everyone the experience this morning, we're putting a time limit on your Nintendo 3DS time. What you'll be seeing is just a taste, but be assured live gameplay will be available at the Nintendo booth all week long. Finally, also for those of you here on site, there's one other opportunity. Since everyone isn't going to be able to hold the Nintendo 3DS here at the same time, so we're importing another element of our Nintendo booth right here to the Nokia Theater. In front of you here, rising from the floor, are multiple gameplay stations to let you become the first people ever to put the playable The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword through its paces. So, enjoy your gameplay. There's no rush. The shuttles that will bus you to the next event won't begin leaving until 11 o'clock. And for everyone, when this week is over, we trust that you'll agree that Nintendo has once again raised the bar. Thanks again. Have a great week. Enjoy Nintendo 3DS, and please enjoy E3.